This is anti-theft. It's actually useless. You're good, right? Half of my body. Rear end, right? What? These headlights, I don't even know how to open it. Oh, look, start again. We've got to start again. Because I'm fasting. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are touring the first ever electric Rolls Royce. This is the Spectre. It's worth $500,000, if not more, and I'm incredibly excited to tour it with you guys. Now, if you guys like this video, do not forget to subscribe and like, because it does help this channel a lot. And for now, guys, let's begin this tour. One of the craziest things about this car is that Charles Rolls himself manifested this. It's like they knew that this was going to happen. In the 1900s, before the company was incorporated, Charles Rolls made a remark saying that the electric car is completely noiseless and clean, and should this become very useful once all the electric car charging points are incorporated. And that, for me, is mind-boggling. The fact that we're standing in front of the first ever Rolls Royce to be made that's over $500,000 is just mind-blowing to me. I think Rolls Royce have to be incredibly proud of themselves with the fact that they've created something of this spectacle, and this is by far one of the most expensive electric cars that's on the market right now. Now, moving on here, grille here, and obviously it's the largest grille that Rolls Royce have ever made. But the funny thing is that this is actually useless. There's no air ventilation. It's not needed because it's an electric car, but it looks cool. It does scream luxury, and they've got it with that chrome finish as well, the Rolls Royce badge. And then we've got the Spirit of Ecstasy. And obviously we all know that it goes in and it comes out. But this is anti-theft. So you can take it to London, you can park it in Mayfair, and you're good. You're good, right? Yeah. So this is, I mean, guys, let's just appreciate the lights here. The fact that you've got this gorgeous slick line, that paint finish. I like the fact that they've used chrome. It looks more expensive. Bentley used a lot of chrome as well, which I'm quite impressed with. Now, let's talk about this, the two-tone. You've got the black, and then you've got a nice hint of the dark purple and grey. You can't really tell what colour it is. Actually, this colour is the same colour as my cat, which is really rare. I cannot find a car that's the same colour as her, and this is what we've got here. So when you lift the front end up, the Spirit of Ecstasy actually hides away, so you can actually see the pocket of where it goes into. Now, this is 557 horsepower. It weighs 6,600 pounds. But the thing is, although it's heavy, it's very, very fast. It doesn't weigh the car down. Rolls-Royce's aim isn't to be the fastest electric car. They wanted to create a car that uses sufficient power. Now, look at this, the aesthetic of this, how clean this looks. You've got the Rolls-Royce badge here. I mean, there's not really much going on here at all. And we're going to move over to the other side. Besides from the car looking absolutely beastly and incredibly intimidating, these wheels are the largest Rolls-Royce wheels. These are 23-inch. And the thing is, you know this badge, even when you're driving, it doesn't actually move. So it stays upright all the time. So you see the Rolls-Royce badge. Now over here, when you get to the side, it actually looks like the Wraith, but it's not. It's actually the successor of the Phantom. Another thing is that these tail lights, they have the RR etching right here. And you guys can see that these lights are very different to all the other Rolls Royce. You've got the double headlights here, but the lines, I think it's got a very, very sexual appeal on the road. If you see this car, it's quite sexy but intimidating and very, very beastly. the same color that we've seen at the front. We've got it all the way here at the rear end, and now we're going to go into the trunk and see how big it is. So this is a fully power operated trunk. Now, it's got carpet everywhere, especially in the boot. I mean, it's fully carpeted, very soft. I really like the fact that you can obviously close the Rolls Royce with the button here. I mean, it's quite a standard practice that you see in cars, but I actually want to see how big this boot is. And what I'm going to do is see if I can actually fit half of my body in here. So, I mean, it's relatively big, actually. There's some stuff here. You can actually fit 2 suitcases in here, and I'm actually impressed with the size. It's very big. So now that we've actually seen how big this trunk is, let's get into the interior of the car. Now, before we get into this car, I want to talk about the key here. The fact that it's got leather and it's got the chrome finishing, they didn't really spare on any cost, and they wanted to give you that full luxury experience, even though it's an electric car. Now, this car, the doors are rear hinged, so the doors actually open automatically. And then here, when we open the door, we are greeted with this magnificent interior. We even have the Spectre logo here, the Rolls Royce badge, and then, this bit in itself is a masterpiece. You've got the starlights here on the door. Now, this is the first time Rolls Royce have done this. Normally, it's on the roof, and these are all handcrafted. There's over 1,500 starlights here in the car. And I have to say to you, when it's nighttime, when you open the door and these lights are going, it is just chef's kiss. I'm incredibly impressed with this. There's aluminium everywhere. There's not an inch of plastic anywhere. I'm very impressed with that. You've got these speakers that are worth over $11,000. Now, the door in itself is rather thick. Look at the girth of this. It's rather thick, but it doesn't feel heavy at all. Now, I'm going to go into the car, and obviously, before you enter this car, one thing you always remember is the floor. It has got that nice lamb wool when you're here, and the way that you actually close the door is if you press that brake right here. So I'm just going to shut the door just to show you guys. Look how smooth it is. You've got the leather finishing here. You've got the Rolls Royce badge. And obviously, I mentioned to you guys about the starlights. I want to move over here. All the dials here are finished off with that leather. You've got the Spirit of Ecstasy here. And then one thing that I want to mention is each passenger has temperature-controlled seats. This is such a cool feature. Every single person in this car can be comfortable. I know I am always cold, so I would always want the heating on. I love the fact that they've got the chrome finishing throughout, and obviously the starlights that I mentioned to you guys before has been literally done by hand. Each star has been done by hand, and there's over 1,500 starlights in this car. You've got the white leather, and then you've got that gorgeous black stitching around it. The fact that you can actually, with this car, you can customize it. There's different colors you can have. I actually saw one where the seats were white and it had the pink bit here, which I didn't think would look nice, but it just looked amazing. Now, you can actually control the Spirit of Ecstasy from here, which is such a cool feature. And this car itself has its own AI assistant. In the world of ChatGPT, Rolls-Royce have incorporated the AI assistant here. You've also got this clock here, which is an additional cost. And, it looks cool. It's got the Rolls Royce underneath it. It's placed nicely. It looks clean, but I don't know if I would want that. You've got the Spectre dashboard here. Look at this. It is just so hypnotic when you're in this car. Obviously, I mentioned to you guys about the flooring. You've got that lamb wool here. I wish I could just take off my shoes. Every single time I am in a Rolls Royce, my videographer is always telling me, Hamida, let's get out the car and let's start the shoot. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. But I don't want to leave because it's so comfortable. You just never want to leave. Another thing about this car, which is really cool, is when you open this, you've got the storage here as well. But this is a wireless charging port, so you don't need the wires here. There's even Type-C ports here, which are pretty cool because all the wires now are Type-C. You can charge your phone and it's incredibly fast. So I was quite impressed by that. the leather finishing. Now, a lot of people have said most Rolls Royces are for drivers. You're supposed to be driven in them. This one, however, has been made for people to drive it, not to be driven in. Now, I'm a bit unsure about this. I don't know if I like the idea of that, because I like to be driven. But, you know, and that's why the back isn't as spacious as it needs to be, because when we did the Cullen and the black badge, it was really spacious in the back, and it had those gorgeous pillows on the seats, and you're literally texting and you're relaxing, you're being driven. It feels very nice. But I suppose they've taken a different approach with this car. So the back in itself has got ample amount of storage, obviously for two people. But this bit here in the middle, I'm not really a big fan of it to go all the way in the back. But I suppose it does create that luxurious feel. You've got the temperature control dials at the back as well. So I'm going to actually take you guys outside and I'm going to show you the umbrella that we always see in all the other Rolls Royces. But the thing is, I'm not going to need an umbrella because I live in Dubai. But I'm going to show you guys how cool it is. So before you actually get out of the car, you even have the buttons here. So you've got the start button here, and then you've also got the park button and all these other panels here. Another really cool feature about this car is it can actually park for you. And obviously most electric cars do that. And I really like the idea of that because I can't parallel park to save my life. Now over here, we've got the umbrella. If you push this button here, you've got this, God, it's quite a push. You've got this fantastic Rolls Royce umbrella that we see in all the Rolls Royces. Now, I must say to you guys, I have really got no use for this umbrella whatsoever. I don't even know how to open it. What I can say to you guys is I have thoroughly enjoyed showing you guys this beautiful car. I'd like to thank VIP Motors for allowing us to tour this spectacle of a car. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon.